Thousands of passengers have been left stranded as long-distance bus drivers embarked on a strike. Autopax drivers refused to depart on the scheduled routes since yesterday. This is due to a dispute over Sunday overtime rates. The company operates city-to-city and Translux bus services. The matter has since been resolved. Our reporter Lindo Kulu is at Johannesburg's Park Station. Lindo, good evening. You spoke to the officials that are trying to manage this backlog that has been created as a result of that strike. Is there progress in terms of how speedily people are moving out of that station?
Well, Kathy, there is a bit of movement, in fact, and it seems that that promise is not without any action. I can tell you that more and more buses, even after we spoke to those officials, have been coming in. One promise that they did make was that as soon as 8 o'clock strikes, there will be less than 100 people here waiting for buses. But in fact, there is one bus that people have been called to come to or go to, in fact, and I'm just going to try and take you there, but allowing Mr. Mashudu, my colleague, to just show you those visuals of the people who had spent a night here. They are now being allowed, in fact, to go inside those buses. This is a bus, I understand, that is going to Port Elizabeth. But those are some of the people, in fact, that have spent the night here, and it seems that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for them, and quite a dark tunnel it was, because spending a night, in those benches at Park Station, and they're saying some of them had to figure out how to make a bed and find boxes just to, allow those children not to sleep in a cold place. But we are in the scuffle, in the mix of things, as passengers are trying to go inside the buses. It seems that, that promise made by the officials here from PRASA is paying off, and some of them just, eager to go inside, go inside these buses and ensure that they get a space before anything else happens. There was a bit of a doubt from some of the passengers saying that they won't be, but it seems that the buses that have been coming in have instilled a promise, or have instilled some sense of a promise in terms of that these commuters will be able, in fact, to go home.
Linda, one can only begin to imagine the level of frustration that those passengers have had to endure while this issue was being resolved. But these are the pictures that we see. How widespread has this problem been in terms of the other stations that were mentioned, where buses have to now perhaps bring people this side? Are those areas getting attention, well, the same kind of attention where our cameras are, as far as you've been told?
Well, Kathy, I'll allow Mr. Mashudu, my colleague, to still show you those pictures as the commuters go inside. In fact, it seems that they don't even have time to get their tickets checked now. It's all about getting a seat inside. But in terms of how far or how widespread this is, we understand that, in fact, some of the commuters that had to spend the night here were from different places, such as Limpopo, just trying to connect to go to other respective destinations. But we saw even drivers from the Pretoria depot of this Autopax, rather this Translux, as well as city to city, coming to that meeting where they got the results saying that they have a commitment that they will solve some of their problems that have created this impasse. But it is a widespread crisis. We understand that it stretches out to even those who are trying to commute from places such as Queenstown, your Eastern Cape, to come to Johannesburg. So that is why they're saying that even their colleagues that were supposed to bring people to Johannesburg had halted this, because this was affected their national the national workers, and that is why there was this stop. But we are told that about 3,000 or more were affected yesterday, and now we have an addition of those that had booked their tickets for today, adding onto that number that is playing out right now. But right now, those pictures that you are seeing, commuters just trying to get inside their buses, trying to get to their respective destinations, and saying that they will not like to spend a night again in this station.
All right.